Here we go. Welcome back to Adolescence of Bookworm Anime Review, episode number 11. We are here reviewing episodes 21 to 23 of the series, which basically with these three episodes, the second season's got three more to go. And then I'm done. Hooray! I'll be able on season 3 next, which I'm doing that also too because I did finish reading the last book today. That was adapted for the seasons. I'll be able to cover it no problem. So what happens in these three episodes? Basically, big thing is, Mine discovers her mother is pregnant with her third child. Basically, she's got a big sister. And like, ooh, maybe I'll make a baby book, a picture book for the baby. She doesn't understand, but after explaining it, first to her mom, then Benno, and then of course the high priest. They're like, okay. But the paper, obviously, which of course they get that from the trombone, which I thought that was really cool. Which is actually I think, as far as I can tell, this is the third time one of these things pop up in the show. They just throw the thing on purpose, slice it real quickly, and then done. So they want Wilhelmina to be one of her retainers because she's an artist. It's like, okay, but you need Rosetta because you know music for Noble Society. Now, by the way, Wilhelmina herself was voiced by Erica Martinez. I think it's pronounced the last name. Let's see. Mendez. Yeah, Erica Mendez. This is actually the 15th series I've heard her in. Yeah, believe it or not, the very last series I heard her voice in was Konosuba! Give Explosions a Wonderful World. Yep. I'm like, that is interesting. I like that. Yeah. So, Eric, okay, recommend this woman named, I think her name was Rosila, to be one teacher. This particular, it looks like a guitar, but basically it's got as a hairpin, I think it is. So, then I meet this woman, and I heard her voice, and I'm like, that's Bray Knickerbocker! Yes, Bray Knickerbocker voices this very beautiful woman who has brown hair. Now, this is, I think, to my knowledge, I believe this is the second character I come across with her where she is, in fact, a brunette. Though this one's more lighter brown, but still technically a brunette. Because the only character I can think of where she actually has this particular hair color is Whis from Konosuba. Yep. Yeah, I was not expecting to see her here, but I'm happy to see her. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and because the fact that, well, and apparently they explain Wilhelmina can't go outside. They explain later on that apparently a blue priest promised to take her flower. Basically, that's for a very polite way of saying he wanted to sleep with her. And apparently went wrong, so she is very nervous about seeing other guys, so that's kind of the reason for it. Yeah. Yeah, so in the case of Knickerbocker, this actually is the 19th series that I've actually heard of, because the last one was actually, last new one for her was probably also Konosuba, God's Blessing as a Wonderful World. Yeah, I did not actually expect that at all. Yeah, so I'm actually quite happy the fact that basically I got a chance to hear her voice again. So So they also have her make some changes. Well, make some artwork, but because at first basically the reason was because she's the one to take care of the children because she's like the only one there. Okay, and then at first basically, of course they also need to make the binding of the book, which of course they have Turi basically take care of that. Yep. So basically, I think what else was there? So yeah, and of course they learn basically. Of course, Rosella basically has this thing where she requests the priest do stuff for her, like first give her the hair spool, and then basically get her a chair. And mine basically had to politely tell her, I'm not basically your predecessor. I'm not Lady Christine. So, but she's like, can't do physical labor because she won't ruin her fingers. Just, okay, do paperwork instead. And, well, kind of gives an ultimatum, but basically she's accepting the ultimatum, and she decides to become basically, kind of in a way, her assistant, basically paperwork. Which, okay. Very appreciative about that. So, yeah. That was it basically for that one. So, what else was there? So basically, they're making the book for next episode. So first they actually have where, get this, mine reads the kids Three Little Pigs. Yes, you heard me correctly. Three Little Pigs. Which apparently they have no idea what the heck the Three Little Pigs even are. Yeah, kind of course, he tries to explain it, but... But the story was interesting, but they yeah, so they also create like an ink method. Of course, go to various shops. They get the ink they need, but can't exactly think of the expenses. They think that far yet. You just basically want to make books. Yeah. Let me try this here. Yeah, then pretty much basically, so they make the ink for this particular. They tried the thing, but it was too dark. Couldn't see a text, so you have an alternate method, and of course Wilhelmina basically liked it. Wasn't upset with it per se. You would think she was upset because they kind of altered what she drew, but just basically provided her a different method. So there's that. There you go. That's better. Yeah, I had to close some documents out because apparently they weren't saving properly, so I had to close them out, so there's that. Yeah. What else is there? So after make the pictures, and of course basically having a team of priests basically work on it. So they also making the bait book as well, and of course the scripture book for the kids so they can try them out. So High Priest loves the book, and like little drawing in the front. Yeah, he approves the book, no problem. and like he actually definitely proved right ahead of time. Yeah, they put it ahead of time, so you get no problem. Yeah, so that book's made, and of course, then finished the big book as well. Benno basically wants to write this book, but can't because basically subscription want to give away for free. But like, don't worry, they're gonna make books basically to sell. Don't worry about that. Yep. And well, after some calming down, of course, they would agree, no problem. And then they, of course, have the Heart Festival going. Of course, the Blue Priests are away. So then, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Of course, mentioned one particular priest, and might want to go after him because basically he may have done something. So then they go to the library and discover a place ransacked. So after getting permission from the high priest, and of course the retainer is like, oh crap, the library is a mess. Mine's gonna be mad. Lady Mine's gonna be mad, but mine never knew about it because she saw it first. So she categorized them basically thanks to a popular system set up by an American, who I'm not with him. So they categorized in various different ways and got it all done pretty quickly. But they couldn't go out with these one books that basically the high priest donated. Couldn't find it because he has them. But the high priest praises him for doing a good job. And of course, he kind of can touch on magic books because they're for nobles, despite are begging. So let's see what else is there. Because I watched this up a little while. I think I had to look. I'm sorry about this. I'm trying to think. Am I forgetting anything? Oh yeah, the comment the book is completed. So, so it's a Dewey Decimal System, which was established by Melvin Dewey. Yeah, they explain him. I never actually heard of the guy before, so apparently he. One thing the episode does not mention the fact, of course, apparently the man was also accused of sexual harassment and racism, anti-Semitism, despite the fact he did establish basically a system that libraries probably still use this very day. And of course, Mine wants to return home, but he says no because she's needed for a very important ceremony that is mandatory for her to be there because she's an apprentice priest. You're like, okay, interesting. But I think what I mentioned, I think I pretty much covered everything I could think of off the top of my head that happened, of course, these 3 episodes. But we're almost done, so the very next video, we'll finish the season. Yep. So yeah, that's quickly a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, to notifications. So, next up, my battery's perfectly fine, so let's do a comic corner. Yep. So, see you in the next video. Bye.